Welcome and good evening, wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8. And are you guys... Also, for starters, how do I pronounce this? PHAO, and of course, 2 PHUTHON, otherwise known as the 02 dance. So go to YouTube, type in 02 dance. One, you'll hear an amazing song in Vietnamese that honestly, I could rock out to anytime, and it's cool. 2, the dancing looks amazing. And when somebody's doing it, it's really, really impressive. It's sexy, and yeah, the way people move the hips and everything is like, wow, that's actually impressive. It's like hand-eye coordination. It's on the level of say the Korean K-pop star, Psy from Gangnam Style, him doing those dances. It's like, I've tried to do that stuff. That's difficult. So that's also pretty cool. I started talking about Vietnamese music, now I'm talking about Korean music. Speaking of which, I'm trying to learn Japanese, with interest in trying to sing Japanese intro, opening, and ending songs. Spacey songs from anime. Like the Anime Slayers, or The Ancient Magus Bride, or anything like Assassination Classroom. Name an anime with awesome music. Heck, let me know if there's any anime songs that, animes that have great music to them. That being said, with that stuff, I want to probably try to practice that quite a bit and also be able to speak Japanese. Now, I remember a few months back or something, I tried to actually sing Gangnam Style by Psy, and I couldn't wrap my mind around the Korean, how any of that would be pronounced. Vietnamese. I looked at this song, which is really awesome. I will try to sing it in English. Still probably should have practiced it. And even I'm not sure how to get the tempo, even if it was the language that's meant to be used for the song. Though you'll hear it in Vietnamese in the background. I will say this, misheard song lyrics move across multiple platforms and genres and languages. For example, not that there are many English songs or misheard English lyrics has something completely different, or even lyrics that don't even exist in the first place. In this song, the English translations. First off, Vietnam, what do you have against the letter S? Everything in the entire, all of this song, which again, I don't even know how to pronounce the name of the song in its proper language, let alone the person who remixed it, let alone the person who was the original artist, let alone a single word. Because when I look at the Vietnamese letters, I don't see anything that correlates with any of the sounds that I'm hearing. So the Vietnamese alphabet appears to be not only shaped very differently, almost like it's the most stressful game of Pokemon. But, it's literally like the unknown from the Pokemon series. And it's just, that's how I felt. It's like that one dude saying he's the machine when he tried to learn Russian and went and hung out in Russia. It's like, yeah, it's kind of hard to understand something when you look at something. It's like, wow, so how do I solve for hieroglyphics? And that says a lot for somebody who's attempting to learn Japanese, which again, I don't understand how Japanese children do that when they're kids. I'm still struggling with the hiragana. It's just, let alone the kanji. Oh my God. It's just pronouncing the words as is, try to learn the language the proper way is incredibly hard, especially when I try to do 50 other things at the same time. Okay, off topic. The topic was Vietnamese. There was not a single letter S anywhere. I looked through, the actual, Vietnamese and written in a way that looks like more what I'm familiar with. And I hear plenty of S sounds, but I don't see a single letter S, which is the most hilarious part of that is this. I always would hear a misheard language, which that's true of any language, which I'm sure, like, here's the thing, it might be really cool to hear what other people from other countries, like their languages, when they hear English songs, when they hear the English words, what it sounds like to them in their languages. Like, are there strings of words in English that sound like a word in another language, but a completely different meaning? For example, take Latin from the Final Fantasy VII, Sephiroth's one-winged angel thing. All the Latin stuff's going on, and then it goes Sephiroth. You know what that sounds like? Bells, frogs, big cherries, Tinker Bell, ham and cheese. Sephiroth, Sephiroth. Bells, frogs, big cherries, Tinker Bell, ham and cheese. Cheerios, Sephiroth, Sephiroth, Sephiroth. And it's like, that's not what it is, but that's what it sounds like. Same thing with this. Or how about this? Take the band Tattoo. It's a Russian band. I forget what song it is. Maybe Ein Kleiner Mensch or something. But there's one part of it that sounds like Goku Astraya, Goku Astraya, which makes me think, Goku from Dragon Ball Z and Astraya from, Main Astraya, Demon's Souls. Which again, these aren't even English words anymore. They're a Japanese anime character and a boss from a PlayStation game. So, which was, I believe, originally made in Japan as well. So, main point is, that's what I hear right as I hear Goku Astraya, and I'm just like imagining like Goku playing Demon Souls. I don't know. Off topic again. Main point is this. In this song, there is a lyric that sounds to me like hang your hand sword, which kind of, to me, sounds like a euphemism for sex. Hang your hand sword, basically, if there's a hole, there's a goal, Heck, there's lots and lots of Flash animations on Newgrounds that were comedy videos that, the humor of the early 2000s. Oh my God, so much crude humor. It's like, but then again, you go back even further than that. I mean, you had just any of the jokes that were being shown there. But I take the movies back from like the 70s. What was it, like when was it, the 70s? I think it was the 70s, the movie Airplane. They made a sequel. It's Airplane with an exclamation point at the end. But I think it's in the 70s. It has one guy who's the main character of both movies that I think was a popular actor in a lot of things, but I can't remember his name. And there were a few other repeating leads. I don't remember them, with the exception of the person with the most charisma out of a lot of movies, which I don't know if he's still alive. I hope he is. Leslie Nielsen. He was a man in a lot of comedy movies, like The Naked Gun. It was like a spoof parody of, cop dramas, which I think were really popular back then. I think what was it? Hard Cafe? Hard Rock? Die Hard! The thing with Owen Wilson? No. It's not Owen Wilson. Fuck! Who is he? Okay, it's not Owen Wilson. Who is it? I'll remember this. Owen Wilson just keeps popping in my head. You are not the main character from Die Hard. Fuck! Who is it? I can picture... Nope, I'm just picturing Owen Wilson. Okay, phone. I'm typing it in. I can't remember. It's like... Bruce Willis. Not Owen Wilson. Bruce Willis was the person in Die Hard. Why are we talking about Die Hard? Fuck. Alright, movies. Yeah, a lot of movies. Oh, you guys remember like old action movies? It was like I didn't even care about anything. It was just like It's like, hey guys, we're gonna go on an adventure. We have some fast cars, some explosions, and it's like, yeah, action movie. I don't know. Right, the movie Airplane. Leslie Nielsen, hilarious individual. Yeah, he was in lots of movies, but yeah, have you ever watched the movie Airplane? Or Airplane 2, which is like a space shuttle for that one. But I strongly suggest if you are going to watch those movies, you must watch the first one first. A lot of the jokes in the second one will fall flat if you haven't watched the first one. I'm not saying that the second one's necessarily not as good, but I am. The first one is funnier, and watching the first one will let you get more enjoyment out of the second one. Because you'll be like, hey, I remember that from the previous movie, and stuff like that. Heck, I enjoy Star Wars. I've watched a decent amount of it, though never watched the Boba Fett stuff or the Mandalorian. And only really watched clips of certain things, especially the whole Obi-Wan Kenobi show. Because I don't really like streaming services. I just like watching stuff on YouTube or watching my anime DVDs. I don't like streaming stuff. YouTube doesn't count. Just saying, like Netflix or any of that stuff. I don't really like having that stuff. I like watching stuff on YouTube, or I like watching my DVDs of my anime shows. So, I'm looking forward to whenever I can buy Overlord Season 4 on DVD, and I'm also, of course, looking forward to the technical Season 5, which will be a theatrical movie, because I want to see Albedo on the big screen in 3D. By the way, producers of Overlord, I want that movie in 3D. Just because I feel like I don't know how much harder it would make to animate, but I'm very selfish and really like Albedo, so yeah, we're just gonna go with I'm a selfish person, and I'm inconsiderate to how much more work that would require for you. But, yeah, the movie Airplane, different style of comedy. I don't think that movie would ever be able to be released today, but I think it's hilarious. And it's kind of Star Wars, Spaceballs. That was the very first Star Wars movie I watched. So, before I ever even watched, because, I already knew Darth Vader was Anakin Skywalker. Oh, spoilers for, a movie that was released 80-something years ago or some shit. I don't know. But, so it didn't spoil anything, but I hadn't actually watched any Star Wars movies. Keep in mind, this is the era where VHS tapes were super science fiction, sci-fi, technically advanced stuff, and there was a phone booth on every corner. Yes, everyone's like, that's one step above a rotary phone. And I'm not going to deny it. But, yeah, the very first Star Wars movie I ever watched was Spaceballs. And that was funny. It was funny. Even though I had no idea really, I had general knowledge of Star Wars from, keep in mind that even the prequel trilogy wouldn't come out for another 10 years, I think. And keep in mind, the Spaceballs movie had been around since, I think, before I was born. I don't know, probably sometime back when they invented the car. But there's a lyric that's in Vietnamese. And it's the main reason why I have an issue with there not being a letter S anywhere in all of the stuff showing the Vietnamese lyrics for this song. There's not a single letter S, and that's because there's one lyric in it that nothing else in the Vietnamese language in this song sounds remotely like English words to me. But then there's one line, one singular line, one solitary line in the entire song that actually sounds like English words to me. All the rest of it, it's distinctly Vietnamese to me. and I can't even imagine what letters and sounds in my own language I would have to combine to make that. It's the equivalent of, hey, you want to sing something, but you have to solve Rubik's Cubes while on a surfboard. Like, that's what it feels like. It feels like hearing the words in Vietnamese. Even though I have experience, at least, listening to many languages, the idea of trying to hear a Vietnamese word and try to imagine what letters and sounds in English would make those sound combinations, it feels like I'm like playing baseball, but like when somebody throws you the ball, it's a Rubik's Cube, and you have to solve it before you can move, and then you have to solve another one. It feels like that. It's the verbal equivalent of having to solve a fucking Rubik's Cube. So confusing. But one single line in the entire song sounds like English words to me. And to me, it sounds like the sounds they're making, for me, make the English words, hang your ham sword. Hang your ham sword. Boop, 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 boop. Like, I can't even comprehend like what sounds I'm supposed to be making. Like, I can imagine the song in my head. And when I imagine the song in my head, I hear the Vietnamese sounds. I hear the sounds in the pitch, and the tone, and the timbre they're supposed to be in. I can't copy it, but I can imagine it clearly in my mind. I can imagine it. I can also imagine very, very pretty sexy individuals, particularly anime people, and TikToks and stuff like that, where people do that dancing and they have a really good control of their hips and stuff. And yeah, that's especially also you see some jiggle physics in the northern half as well. Even if the individual's flat, there's still jiggle physics during this song for both the southern and northern hemispheres. Okay, I'm off topic. I got distracted thinking about boobs and hips. Nope, still thinking about that. Give me a moment. Okay, but hang your ham sword, that's the only thing. Like, I can hear all the Vietnamese sounds as the Vietnamese sounds, and I can hear it clearly, like, for what sound it's supposed to be in my head. But then when I try to imagine what sounds I should make to copy that sound, I feel like my brain is experiencing the computer equivalent of a cascade failure. And I'm like, oh my God, and I can't figure it out. But there's one single line in the entire song that sounds like I'm out of breath. There's one single line that sounds like English words to me. And I can't even tell you what line it is out of it, because I've looked at the whole freaking thing and I couldn't. Like, what would even make that sound? To any of the, because I was looking specifically for an S letter. Like, what would be the same sound as sword? Because I hear, hang your ham sword. Hang your ham sword. Which again, I take that as a euphemism for sex and fucking. I take that as hang your ham sword as a euphemism for sex. But here's the thing. There is not because I figured, sword, that's a pretty, hang your ham sword, but I don't see a single letter S, or anything that I would imagine making an S sound, anywhere in that. But the most hilarious part of this is that line, because it took me a while to figure out what line it is, like what part of the song it is, like what Vietnamese words it is, which I can't even begin to pronounce. Obviously, it's some sort of different way of pronouncing hang your ham sword, which, it's what I hear in English sounds. But again, I'm sure there's certain accents that I'm doing very wrong, and certain sounds that I'm overemphasizing based on how I hear it and my own English tone. But the Vietnamese words and letters, I can't even begin to tell you what they are. But I can tell you what this line translates to in English, what it actually means in English. So the Vietnamese words, the way I mishear them is hang your ham sword, but what it actually means is I love you. That's what it means. It's like the Vietnamese words, I can't even begin to even like tell you what letters are actually in these words. Like, it's so confusing to me. Like, this Rubik's Cube is so menacing and hard to control. But kind of reminds me of this game called Rule Number 2. It was supposed to come out Friday. They had to delay it. I'm like, disappointment. So I'll play that game whenever it does come out. It's in a playlist called For the Lulz. Heck, maybe I'll put this video in that playlist too, just so I can comment on why I didn't. Because I played one part of the Rule Number 1 game, which came out a year ago. And I was like, okay, I'm going to play the Rule Number 2 this Friday when it comes out. And technically, that's yesterday. And I didn't. And people might be like, well, why didn't you? Not that anyone's watching it, but still. It's like I'd have to have viewers for someone to be disappointed in not seeing the Let's Play. But the point is this. The game was delayed, which is fine. I'd rather, if there's any bugs or issues with the game, take your time. It means that the game will work properly and that you can add more content and make it a better experience. I mean, I'd rather really enjoy a game as much as possible. Because again, I don't care how easy or hard a video game is. As long as I'm getting that dopamine rush from it, I'm going to keep at it. Now, but yeah, it's just the Vietnamese words. The Vietnamese pronunciation of, the Vietnamese language sounds to me like the English words, hang your ham sword, which for me, I feel that is a euphemism for sex. It's an act. But of course, it can't be intentional because, I'm probably the only person in the world who has ever heard this song and heard those English words. Hang your ham sword. So, yeah. It's basically a conspiracy theory, except about boobies and sex. What do you expect? This is a cringy channel where I try to be funny, I play video games. People could say, oh, be yourself. Well, that's what's happening here. I'm being myself, and I don't know if anyone out there can handle this level of cringe. But yeah, I hear it as hang your ham sword, which for me, I felt like, that sounds, it makes me think of it's an analogy, of a euphemism, But here's the thing, a metaphor, if you will. I just couldn't, I had to do more, but it's funny though, because I hear it as hang your ham sword, which I think is a funny play on words to talk about sex, but the actual English translation is I love you. I love you. And that's kind of funny. It's just like I hear, hang your ham sword, which I just think is like, my mind goes to comedy stuff and sex. But the actual English translation is I love you. So that's pretty cool. I know I repeat that stuff sometimes, but it's just, sometimes I kind of just space out a little bit. Like, I can't really help it. I'm trying not to, but it's, it's the same way I talk to myself even if I'm not recording. So, yeah. Anyway, so sorry if that's a little annoying or just, I don't know, boring. Heck, if anyone can be cringy, annoying, and boring at the same time and not able to sing correctly, it's me. Anyway, we're going to try to sing this in English. If anyone actually wants to ever hear me attempt this in Vietnamese, maybe, but only if I think I can even struggle with the letters, which, if anyone actually, probably not, because, yeah, it just felt like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube that didn't want to stay still. Anyway, let's try it. But again, I hear hang your ham sword. But, and even though I hear those words in that combination, I just think sex. But, the actual literal translation in English is I love you. But let's hop into this. My hand is shaking, but I just pour it. I don't respect when I don't run out of glasses. But let's try this again. I might need to lower the volume because I'm trying to sing it at the, and I don't know how to actually, I don't know what rhythm I should put to the English words of this. And even then, if I do, it wouldn't even match with the rhythm of the actual song, let alone with the Vietnamese lyrics. But let's just lower the volume just slightly, and maybe I won't get so flustered. Okay. My hand is shaking, but I just pour it. I don't respect when I don't run out of glasses. Drink a few more glasses because life is not happy. Drink up a few more bottles because you rarely see them again. The place is rotating, the world is rotating. Where are you now? You have changed heart. Don't say anything, let's drink. Don't say anything, let's drink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1. Looks like he said he was drunk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1. Looks like I said I love you. Okay, I thought the lyrics were going to start there. I need to turn the air conditioning. I feel like I'm burning up. It's too hot. It is summer, but still. It's too warm. Don't say anything, let's drink. 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 I have some Mountain Dew here. I need some more Pepsi. My hand is shaking, but I just pour it. I don't respect when I don't run out of glasses. Drink a few more glasses because life is not happy. Drink up a few more bottles because you rarely see them again. The place is rotating, the world is rotating. Where are you now? You have changed heart. Don't say anything, let's drink. Don't say anything, let's drink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1. He said he was drunk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1. Looks like I said I love you. I think that's the end of the song. Nope, there's more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1. Okay, I think it's just that over and over. But yeah. I still think it's kind of funny. That what I mishear it as and what it actually means. And just the hidden meaning I sort of take off of words that only I hear apparently and no one else notices. If anyone else has, let me know. But yeah, I like this song. I like the dancing anime characters, the TikToks that go with it. And all in all, it kicks ass. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. And yeah, I still don't know what rhythm I should have tried to sing the English lyrics at. But yeah. I don't know how to end the video. Bye.